Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Every great evening to you all. This video presentation is for the third international conference in Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics ICSTEM 2021 organized by Universiti Malaysia Terengganu and Pusat STEMs Negara. First and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Nazri bin Bakar and my fellow friends from my team is Nur Hisham bin Ismail and then Nur Idrati binti Samsudin. We are from the Computer Science Unit from College Matriculation Kelantan. Today our topic is an overview blended learning and it is impact of student achievement in Matriculation College. In this paper, we use a theoretical framework and observation to help to understanding the blending learning in a practice. Definition of blended learning is an approach that provides innovative education solutions through and effective combinations of traditional classroom teaching with mobile learning and online activity for teachers, trainers, and students. Pandemic. Blended learning is often referred to the hybrid learning as synchronous learning that simultaneously teacher in person and online learners and form in an online education environment suitable during movement control or the MCO. Challenge. 21st century education demand a more dynamic, creative diversity of learning and facilitations method to produce students are capable of facing the challenge of a globalized world's dynamic creative. Research scope. In this study looks impact on student achievement in Matriculation College. Research background. A student life in digital connected and media saturated world. The study found that students were not interested in sitting in a row in the classroom and listening to the teachers talk in an hour. Blended learning concept by Driscoll. Combine or blended internet technology such as a virtual classroom, collaborate learning video streaming, audio and text. The learning theory combines should practice optimal knowledge with or without technology. In corporates, learning technologies such as videotape, CD-ROM, and so on. Blending learning technology to create a more effective and harmonious learning effective. The concept of blended learning by Hanser and Proctor in the use of the technology versus time spent on online learning. Blended learning concept. Let us refer to the figure 1 outline. Concept as a combination of the use of technology and time on the online learning. The chart is visualize blended learning as a combination of online class and a traditional face-to-face method. From the chart, it can be seen that between a face-to-face and online class, there is an overlapping area which is blended learning. Traditional face-to-face learning method are using less technology and less time spent on online learning, while online learning is using more technology and of course will require more time to online. The overlapping part is a method between traditional face-to-face learning and online learning in the use of technology and time spent online. It is a combine both of online learning and traditional face-to-face learning. It is both a method are used at a moderate level. It is referred to as blended learning. In today's situations, online method need to be redesigned due to the lack of the interactivity, whereas some of our educators are still applying a conventional method in teaching, simply talk. Students these days need to be motivated enough to face independent learning. we need to balance between a conventional teaching season and then online learning. Thus, a new approach is needed in teacher and learning, which is a blended learning. Blended learning model. Figure 2 show 6 blended learning model by Hans and Stocker, 2011. Blended learning is suitable for use in order to overcome the shortcomings in conventional learning. Blended learning is generally known as student-centered. Student-centered learning supposed by the use of the information technology, communication and multimedia from Faizatul 2017. According to the Horns and Stacker 2007, in the rise of the K-12 blended learning, formal education is a combination of learning online and classroom. Horns Stacker also built a blended learning model that have a 6 model their approach. So the first is a face-to-face model. Educator deliver learning face-to-face or face-to-face online. And the second model is a rotation model. Learning in a classroom alternates with a virtual learning. And then for the third one is a flex model. A student more into online learning. The needs of educator are very minimal and only need in meeting individuals. Online lab model. A student really on online learning material but implement in the classroom. So release on educator is very minimal and students are mostly involved with online training. Self-blended learning. Students are given the option at any time to select one or more additional learning material online. More ubiquitous learning to assist a student in self-directed learning. And then online model. The implementation of online platform learning and most students learn virtually. The need for educator in the lecture room is very minimum. See the figure 3 is the blended learning at a Matriculation college. The situation of a COVID-19 pandemic affected to a country and the world when the education system need transform to the shake of the continuity of national education. Blended learning method is an option in the teaching of computer science. In the beginning, students may find it is quite difficult to adapt to this new method. Yet, students do not take a long time to adjust the new way of learning. When the students are familiar with this new method, they show more interest and participation. And then now a student follow the class with several methods, including face-to-face, asynchronous, and e-learning. From the observation made, the students' way of learning have changed from the expecting information from the lecturer totally to learning independently and with a group. Students show change in their learning habit too. So for the conclusions, based on the presented model listed above, a face-to-face, online lab, and a self-blended model, there is the model that are suitable to be implemented in computer science teaching and learning. In addition, repetitive learning is needed by students to improve problem-solving skills. Online learning with the support of multimedia technology make the self-learning process more proactive and efficient. It is very helpful to students in a matriculation college with the equipment such as a smartphone, a personal computer, and a fast internet access. It will help a student to optimize this blending learning. That's all. Thank you from my team.